Financial statement of equity, trend analysis, and ratios.
Just let me confirm your last name, please. This is Tim.
T-A-D-W-O-O-K, Kim.
Right. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, let's talk about financial statements of equity first. Because Boeing is a shareholders-friendly company, it has a commercial repurchasement and cash dividend since 2016. And however, these two things were stopped in 2019, and they didn't do a commercial repurchasement and cash dividends in 2020 because they got a big net loss. Rather than they issued more amount of $3 billion of treasuries to recover their big loss in 2020. Next, please. Here is a trend analysis for revenue and net income. As you can see, since 2016 to 2018, the revenues and net earnings are steadily grows up. But however, net earnings have changed to negative net loss since 2019. Therefore, revenues are declined since 2019, and it goes to really big minus, like more than 10 billion net loss in 2020. This, as you can see, the trend is going to fall down, and it's gonna be Boeing could be in more serious financial risk if the Boeing didn't recover these financial trends. Next, please. Here's the assets and liabilities. As you can see, Boeing increased their total asset and total debt since 2016 until 2020. However, there is a different reason why they increased the total asset and total debt between 2016 to 2018 and 2019 to 2020. Let's talk about this. Boeing has a positive net earnings since 2016 to 2018, and they increased their assets and debt based on positive profit margin. However, Boeing increased their assets and debts in 2019 to get more having short-term investments and also buying lots of inventories. So these two things make increasing of total assets and total debt. For the increasing of total debts and assets and debt in 2020, this is because Boeing got a lot of cash from investors to recover their net loss, and these things make increasing in total assets and total debt in 2020. Next, please. For the cash flow, Boeing has a positive operating cash flow since 2016 to 2018 and negative in investing and financing. This period is like Boeing was in maturity period, as you can see. However, because they got a big net loss since 2019, so operating cash flow has been changed to minus. Even they have a minus operating cash flow, they still keep investing, so they're keeping minus negative investing cash flow. For the financial cash flow, this is one of the significant points in cash flow trend analysis because Boeing has a minus cash flow, financial cash flow, as I said, but because they learned lots of money since 2019 to recover their net loss, so financial cash flow has been changed to positive since 2019. And this minus plus, this is we can see this shape or these trends in introduction period. Next, please. Here are the ratios. There are several numbers we can, they're quite important and impressive. I put Boeing's ratio with Airbus and other competitors. Let's talk about profit margin first. Boeing has a minus 20% of profit margin, which is really lower than we compare with other companies. Even Airbus also hit it. Airbus got an impact of COVID-19. Airbus had only minus 2.29, which is quite higher than Boeing. For the ROE, this is really weird point of the Boeing for the ratio because Boeing didn't have a ROE ratio in 2020 because Boeing has a minus equity and also minus net income. And if you calculate ROE, then it's gonna be positive again. This positive number cannot compare with other normal ROE ratios, so that the financial or other investors they couldn't compare this ratio with other competitors' ratios. For the ROI, Boeing has a minus 20.25 ROI, which is really bad ROI rate compared with other competitors. Here's the debt management. Total debt to equity. Boeing has a minus 0.52. It is also another weird point of Boeing ratio because, as I said, Boeing has a minus total equity, so total debt equity has to be went to minus. Compared with, in general, it has to be like positive. For example, Airbus has a 3.8, and other competitors also has a positive ratio. Next, please. Ratios. I'm gonna continue the ratios. Okay, for the inventory turnover, Boeing has 0.78 inventory turnover, which is lower than 1. This is because Boeing has a 737 MAX issue, so this makes increasing of inventory, and increasing of inventory made to lower inventory turnover. Otherwise, military companies, they have a high inventory turnover, as you can see. For the per share PE ratio, Boeing PE ratio, the price is based on the 1st of December 2020. Is a new one. As you can see, Boeing still didn't have PE ratio at present because even Boeing has a minus net income until 2021. That's why they don't have PE ratio. However, we can see Airbus got a change in it. Airbus they turned their net income from minus to positive, so they have a PE ratio which is 17.51. For the EPS, Boeing earned minus $20 per share, which is really lower than compared with other companies.
So I'll take over.